So this week we'll be introducing concepts of how the different spheres of the Earth are interrelated, and we'll start going to detail about each individual sphere as we go through the year. And we'll start out with the atmosphere. But before we get to all of that, I think it's important for us to understand just what earth science is altogether and the different branches of earth science that we'll be touching on throughout the coming year. So specifically, earth science is the study of everything in the earth and the universe around it and how it all interacts. Earth science is very similar to other sciences in that it assumes that natural events could be explained through careful observation and experimentation. So basically what we're doing in class, making observations or experimenting, can lead us to results based on the fact that we assume that things can be predicted. The nice thing is that over the years, technology has advanced to the point where it really helps us make observations a lot better. And we'll find that as we talk more about the interior of the Earth and the atmosphere, so altitudes that are a little too high for us to get to easily, and that also involves our observations of the universe. So many earth scientists specialize in one of these four major areas. They could either specialize in the solid earth, in oceans, the atmosphere, or the universe beyond. So the first one is called geology, and this is the study of the origin, the history, the processes, and the structure of the solid earth itself. So this involves the crust, the ground, and so things they might even specialize within geology could be to find deposits of coal, oil, natural gas, basically other natural resources that we use in our everyday lives. They also might specialize in studying earthquakes and how they form and how they impact us, and even the possibility of predicting them when they happen, because right now it's very hard to tell. They also study volcanic eruptions and fossils to tell us about the history of the Earth. The next branch, the study of Earth's oceans, is known as oceanography. And a nice and interesting fact that we might not even really consider when we just look at a map of the Earth. It's hard to believe that nearly 3/4 of the Earth's surface is actually covered in water, and so this is a big study. This involves the waves, the tides, and ocean currents and how they affect weather. They also might study the ocean floor and get some ideas of the history of the way that the Earth was formed. The study of the universe beyond Earth is known as astronomy, and this is one of the oldest branches of earth science. It even dates back to ancient Babylonian star charts from nearly 4,000 years ago. So it's been a long, long process, a long journey, and it's interesting to think that even back then they were making maps of the stars and the location of the stars in the sky. Even today, we still observe the sun and the moon and the planets, and basically the universe. We're constantly making discoveries of different objects in the universe and trying to figure out where they came from and how they interact with their surroundings. Finally, meteorology is what we'll be talking about coming up, and this is the study of the Earth's atmosphere. The conditions in the atmosphere that produce weather are something that's very interesting, and it affects all of us every single day. And weather involves wind speed, temperature, rainfall, and can lead to weather forecasts to help us understand what's coming up. Climate is referred to as the patterns of weather that occur over long periods of time, so this can help scientists understand how our world is constantly changing, and they can see different trends that are happening through the world as a whole, or it might be over certain regions and different continents. Finally, humans interact with Earth constantly, and so the environmental science branch is the study of how humans interact with the environment and how we affect it. The goal from this branch is to understand and solve problems that result from how we use our natural resources and how our actions affect the environment. So this goes into the problems of pollution, the problems of too much carbon dioxide being let out into the air. Earth science and biology and social scientists all contribute to this new field of understanding because it is becoming an increasing problem. So the study of earth science ultimately should help people understand how to use their resources wisely because of how it will affect everything around them. If you have any questions about the notes that you've taken using this video, please make sure you write them down in the empty spaces on your note sheet, and be sure to ask about them in class next time we're together. Hope you have a good night.